Hi there, Mad Hatter here, and I'm back with week 34 of 52 original card tricks. And this is Magical Mystery Trick, which, if you know, comes from the Beatles. And if you don't know, I have it right here. Magical Mystery Tour, very famous album by my favorite band, the Beatles. It's pretty iconic. Lots of great songs on there, including Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, All You Need Is Love, and many more. And as I was listening to that one day, this idea for this trick popped into my head. So, take these off, and we can get down to business here. So, we will imagine that I had two guests with me today. We'll say I have John and Paul. John Lennon, Paul McCartney. Lennon and McCartney. Two of the Beatles. Admittedly, it's only two of the four. But we'll just go with that for today. And if I did have them here, I'd be pretty excited. First of all, maybe I'd want to get an autograph. And I'd have tons of questions. But we'll just imagine they're here. And I would show them a mixed deck, and these are kind of cool cards. They're the Prism cards, and then what I would do is go and find two predictions to hand out. So I think I would go with these two. So I give John that one and Paul this one. So we'll see what they are at the end. Right? John that one, Paul that one. Okay. And then I would say we'll take a portion of the deck. We don't need the whole deck for this experiment. Maybe about half. So we don't need those, but we'll use these. In fact, I'll just get rid of these. Okay. And then I'd let them cut the deck as many times as they want. So maybe John wants to cut there. Oops. And maybe he wants to cut again. And again and again, till his heart's content. And then Paul can have some cuts if he wants. Hey, I want a bigger cut. No, I'm sure they'd get along. And then, if they're satisfied, we'd stop there, and we could just say they might not be satisfied, but let's just say that they are. So I'd give this card. Or John could take this card. Of course, he doesn't want to look at the prediction yet, so I'll just leave that there. But this is his card. And Paul can have this card. Now I'm going to show the camera so they can see what the cards are. And we'll let you see Paul's card. So Paul's card's John's card. Now, I would have them put them back. Don't forget your cards, guys. If you can remember all those lyrics, I'm sure you can remember. And all those songs, oh my gosh, hundreds of them. And then I'd let them cut the deck to their heart's content again, so we'll get John have a couple of cuts here. I don't have all bloody day. Something like that. I'm not sure what he would say, actually, but I'd like to imagine it would be whatever it was, I'd be excited. And then Paul can cut this as many times as he wants. Okay. And then once they're happy, we would let one of them take the deck. Either one. Maybe they'd argue over that. I don't know. I like to think that they would be civil about it. And then deal the cards into two piles. And the other one can make sure that the one who's dealing alternates evenly. So that would be kind of funny to watch, I'm sure. So we'll just go through. And normally I'd have music playing during all this, and I love the Beatles music, and I'd love to show you how great it is. You'll have to just listen to it on your own, because if I put it on this video, it will not last due to copyright laws. So I'm not going to do it now, but you can just imagine it. I can imagine it's gorgeous. Now, Then I would say, okay, you're going to look at your piles and try to find a card that sticks out to you. So they would each have their cards. I am not touching the cards at all here. And try to see the card that you think that the other person would have chosen, and put it at the bottom. Okay, I think that's it. And then you do the same for John. You see one that stands out to you, put it at the bottom. Okay, then you give John your pile, and Paul gives his pile over here. So John's pile, Paul's pile. So Paul thinks that John selected 7 of diamonds. Is that correct? And maybe he'd say, how'd you do that? You know, that sort of thing. And then John thinks that Paul picked the 7 of spades. Hey, you both had 7s. That's interesting. Wow, how'd you guess my card, mate? That sort of thing. And then if we look at the predictions, we have a blue joker and a blue 7 of spades. We have a red joker and the 7 of diamonds. It's red. So those predictions are good. And if that's not enough, if we spread out these cards, I'll just show you. These are all, so the first 2 are red, and then everything else is blue in John's pile. So the only red cards were the prediction and the actual chosen card. So we'll leave that on top. And if we look at this pile, we have the blue joker, the blue 7, and then all the other cards are red. So that's how they did it. And that's something I call the magical mystery trick. And I suggest, if you haven't heard that album, it is quite amazing. Not to mention all the other Beatles albums. I have some of them here to show you. We gotta get cool again for this. So once again, Magical Mystery Tour, which inspired this trick. I have Rubber Soul. That's probably my favorite Beatles album. A little more acoustic, and just every song on that album is amazing. Revolver, another classic. And the other one I have here is Abbey Road, which doesn't have anything on the cover, but we're so famous by that point that everyone knew who those 4 guys were. And it does say it on the back. Anyway, they're all great. Not to mention Sgt. Pepper's and the White Album and countless others. But they even have B-side albums that are probably better than a lot of bands' actual albums. So, worth a listen. Hope you enjoyed the trick. Sorry to digress, but I do love the Beatles. Hope you're enjoying these tricks. And I have another 18 weeks to go, so until then, ta-ta for now. Cheerio.